Thanks so much for joining us. We're here with Compassionate Certification Centers back in the building. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Jenna. We're so happy to be back on this nice, cool day.
Why don't you tell everybody, introduce yourself, and what you do for Compassionate Certification Centers?
My name is Ken Schultz. I'm the National Sales Director for Compassion Certification Centers. A lot of what I do within a company is I do handle our CBD line, and then I also handle some of the extra sales portions. Anything that helps to get the education out there to make sure you folks know how to find us and where to go.
We're going to really unpack your title and what it is that you do here. First and foremost, let's start with education. I know a lot of people have heard about CBD, medicinal marijuana, but let's really kind of define the differences for everybody, and maybe if anybody's curious, what would be a good path for them?
Sure. Well, as far as the state program goes, the state program that we have in play here for medical cannabis, that pretty much pertains to the THC aspect. So if you're a patient out there that wants to come in and you have one of the qualifying conditions and you believe that THC is something that you absolutely need, then absolutely pick up the phone, give us a call at 1-888-316-9085 or chat with one of our guys on the website there at cccregister.com, and we can get you into that program to obtain your THC. Now, if you're somebody out there that doesn't believe they need a THC or you're not sure if you need THC, we have CBD for that. A lot of letters flying around here, right? So we got a little alphabet soup going on. But sounds good. It's cold out there. So CBD, cannabidiol, that is a non-psychoactive aspect of the cannabis plant. Now, the stuff we sell is from a particular cannabis plant, the hemp cannabis plant, which is a non-psychoactive. It's very low in THC levels. You can have up to 0.3% of THC found in there, which all of our products are either below that or completely without THC. So the difference between the two primarily is going to be the psychoactive effect and whether or not you will test positive on a drug test for work. If you're one of those folks out there that is worried about testing positive for THC because your employer does in fact test you for that, and they've made it very clear to you that that is not something you should use, then you should absolutely come in and try out our CBD, which is THC free in most cases, or below the legal limit for CBD within the country, and this could be a better option for you. But hey, you don't know until you call. So again, give us a call. We can be found by phone at 1-888-316-9085. That's 888-316-9085. We can also be found on the web at www.cccregister.com.
Well, I was going to say that, obviously it seems as though maybe CBD is easier to obtain. I mean, heck, I'm going to go pump my gas and I see, buy CBD here. But it's maybe not the right choice for everybody. I mean, especially if I see it available at my local gas station. Can you kind of describe maybe why I shouldn't buy it there and definitely come in and see Compassionate Certification Centers?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to talk like they have bad products at the gas station, because honestly, some of those products there are pretty good. The problem with some of those products, though, is that some people go in there and they buy a tincture. That their pricing is a little bit high in a lot of cases for what you actually get, but they don't have no idea how to use it. So a lot of people reach out to us and they say, "Oh yeah, I tried that CBD stuff. I bought it down there at the get-go and that, and I took it that one time and it was a no-go for me." Well, a little Pittsburghese coming out there, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna get Donnie Iris on here. Right? We'll really make it happen, but. But it's one of those things where dosing is everything with CBD. If you do try CBD just one time, then chances are you're not going to have a great response to it. Dosing and consistency are two of the best factors that you need to put into play whenever you use CBD. And unfortunately, the clerk at the gas station doesn't exactly know that. Here at Compassion Certification Centers, we have patient liaisons on staff, as well as our nurses and our physicians that can help you understand the benefits of CBD. You can come in and get a CBD consultation with one of our physicians, and we can really dive into the benefits and how it works within the endocannabinoid system that we all have. If you're a mammal, then you have an endocannabinoid system. So even your pup has an endocannabinoid system. Your feline has an endocannabinoid system, and we can help you figure out the right dose for you, so you can actually see benefits from it.
So when somebody actually wants to come into the office, and by the way, how many do you guys have now? I lost track.
We're around 10. Yeah, we're in double digits.
Don't want to brag or anything. Humble brag, right?
Yeah, double digits. Right.
So you have 10 offices all around the area here. Our studios, we're downtown. There's one right down the street. I pass it every day coming in here. Local, available to the people. But first and foremost, when they want to get that process started, some sort of medical records needed perhaps, and how the average individual go about obtaining something like that.
Well, your medical records are yours, number one, first and foremost. So you don't need to ask your physician's permission for your medical records. Okay. What you do need to do, though, is give us permission to ask them for you. So if some of you guys out there are seeing your PCP or whatever physician you go to, and they say they don't want to release your medical records, well, that's not their choice. They're not allowed to do that. Okay. You give us a call. Our number is 1-888-316-9085. We can talk you through the qualifying conditions, and we can see which medical records you have that can attest to that. And then you give us the permission, and we can go ahead and request that for you. So that's step one. Pick up the phone, go on the website at cccregister.com, and we can absolutely help you get your medical records, because that is the big thing with the state program, is that for the qualifying conditions, you do have to have medical records that can attest to the fact that you, in fact, do have one of those conditions. And that's step one, and we can do that for you. But from there, it's very simple. We schedule your appointment. We get your medical records for you. We schedule your appointment. You come on in. You come into a nice, warm atmosphere. I keep on saying warm. That's how cold it is out there. That's like on the brain. So you come into our nice, warm atmosphere. You see our office managers, our nurse, our patient liaisons, and our physicians. And when you come in, between the nurse and the physician, they're going to go over your medical records, and they're going to attest to the fact that you do have one of the qualifying conditions that the state has laid out. Once they attest to that, they send that information to the Department of Health here in the state, and then your medical card will come in the mail, usually within 7 to 10 days, give or take. I don't like to speak for the government. So.
And let's talk about some of those conditions. So, I know recently a big one, I think it was over the summer, anxiety was added. But do your medical records actually have to say anxiety in order for you to be approved for your card? It needs to be spelled out like that?
Not exactly. A lot of what we're seeing is that folks are coming in with anxiety, but their medical records may not say it's actually from anxiety, but they may be being prescribed things for anxiety. So there's a lot of folks out there that are on these medications that their doctors are giving them for anxiety. It doesn't, just because it doesn't necessarily say anxiety inside your medical records, if they're prescribing it to you, then it's just a very much understood fact that anxiety is the reason why you take some of these medications that our patients are on.
Can you kind of maybe describe too, some more common, I guess, rhymes or reasons people might want to consider medicinal marijuana? Like I heard, for example, that if you're a sufferer from chronic headaches, that might be something that you might want to investigate. Can you explain maybe some other little everyday ailments that we go through that may make us good candidates?
Yeah, well, one of the top two qualifying conditions you've actually just touched on, they are anxiety and chronic pain. So if you have any sort of chronic pain, where even if you're taking things daily, where you're taking like an Advil or an ibuprofen on a daily basis to help combat this inflammation and this chronic pain that you're experiencing, then we've seen great benefits not only with CBD, but also with the full program, the THC-CBD combination. That's really where we see the most benefits at for those folks that do have chronic pain. So, especially this time of year when it's nice and cold out, see, there it is on my brain again. And probably because I'm feeling it, right? My joints, some of those, the contact sports I played when I was younger, I feel more this time of year than any other time, especially when you get that nice wind chill, goes right through you. It feels like it's down to your bone. Some of those extra aches and pains that we get, you feel more, they really flare up. You're walking on that ice, taking one little step at a time because you're so afraid to fall again. Whenever you have those aches and pains flaring up like that, CBD and THC regimen has a very strong anti-inflammatory properties. They work on your CBD1 and your CBD2 receptors, which are within your neurosystem and your immune system. And mainly with your neurosystem, it starts to transmit out, a lot of the benefits. It really starts to take away the pain in a very similar fashion to what opioids might.
I want to kind of, because you've said it enough now, but it is cold outside, okay? And there is such a thing as, seasonal depression, if you will. Whether you really feel the full-blown effects of it or whether it's just, it's gray, it's cold, it is Pittsburgh, it's kind of a bummer. Can we talk a little bit about how either a CBD or, a medical marijuana regimen kind of helps to be, I don't want to say the ray of light, but almost kind of helps combat those winter doldrums. And maybe for some other people, who do self-prescribe or anything this time of year, kind of can bring them, to a healthier way to deal with something like that.
Well, you don't got to wait for spring to see green. Come see us now. We have green. So you can come get the green in the middle of winter, and that's okay. Come on in, because you're right. This time of year, depression is a factor. The holidays are over. It's cold out. It's gray out. Luckily some of these months are the shorter ones, and we count the days, right, until we start seeing that first bit of grass start popping up and some of that, some of the green coming back into our beautiful city. But whenever you're feeling like that, a regular CBD and THC regimen has done wonders. One of the first qualifying conditions was PTSD. And, folks that do suffer from PTSD, hand in hand, suffer from depression, more often than not. And they did that for a major reason. A lot of our veterans out there that are suffering from that, and other folks out there that may have had any kind of traumatic experience in their life that does cause extra depression. The cannabis plant has really worked well as far as combating those. It is one of the antidepressant aspects of it, is one of the strongest features of medicinal cannabis program.
That makes a lot of sense, too. And I know some people have already taken the steps, in this year to start their recertification process, right? So once you decide that a program like this is right for you, you obtain your medicinal marijuana card. And then every year, if it's a product that's working for you, you see people come back.
Absolutely. We have a great recertification rate. Right now, give or take, we're roughly around 75% of our patients that do come in for their original medical cannabis card are coming back for a recertification. Which, I can't speak for other people doing certifications across the state, but that's something that we are very excited about. That means people are finding relief, and that's ultimately what we're here to do. Our patients, their well-being is what's at the heart of everything we do. We don't want to just certify you and send you on your way and say, hey, good luck, stay warm out there. What we want to do is we want to make sure that you're coming to see us, you're talking to our nurses and our physicians and our patient liaisons, and you're finding a medical cannabis treatment plan that is going to work for you. Because our endocannabinoid systems are not one size fits all. Everybody's endocannabinoid system is a little bit different. And the more research we do and the more we do with, some of our genetic testing that we're starting to implement, the more we can figure out and we can find out proper dosing and proper strains and everything that goes hand in hand with a really strong medical cannabis program.
There has to be, too, with, the addition now of anxiety being a new condition and some other conditions that have been on the list for years, new research initiatives, either in our state or others in the community. What are some new findings or new benefits that you have found or that have heard of where incorporating a CBD or a medicinal marijuana regimen has benefited some patients?
Well, I can talk to the patients that are inside our offices right now. And then, our chief medical officer, he's very active in doing some research throughout the CBD and medical cannabis world. Exactly which ones he's working on right now, I'm not going to fully disclose them, but keep an eye on our website at cccregister.com. We do have some white papers that we're going to be releasing. White papers are actual factual. Okay, these are things that we do, and that we're not just saying, hey, we think this does this, we think this does this. We've seen this benefit, we've seen that benefit. No, we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty here. We're starting to be able to find out and put some real data behind the benefits that these patients are seeing, and it's very exciting. So more than anything else, we're just kind of validating a lot of the things that we already know.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much. And you guys, we're going to take a quick break here. But before we do, one more time, let's hear Compassionate Certification's number and website.
We can be found by phone at 1-888-316-9085. That's 888-316-9085. We can also be found on the web at www.cccregister.com.
You can get medical marijuana now. Visit cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085 today. Compassionate Certification Centers is a physician-owned and alternative health network here to serve you. Call 888-316-9085 today. Get certified fast. Compassionate Certification Centers, experts in medical marijuana, treatment plans, education, research, and patient advocacy. Finally, a team of doctors here to serve you. Call 888-316-9085 or visit cccregistered.com.
Marijuana. Make sure you're not paying double for it. Get a medical marijuana card at Compassionate Certification Centers, and prices are half what you'd pay elsewhere. Be ahead of the game. Visit cccregister.com and get your card. cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085. That's 888-316-9085. Shop smarter for your medical marijuana with Compassionate Certification Centers.
What's the first step to your medical marijuana card? Compassionate Certification Centers. Don't know where to start? Visit cccregister.com. Get qualified quickly. In just one visit, medical marijuana can be yours. With 10 offices, doctors at Compassionate Certification Centers are always ready to serve you. Visit cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085 today. Walk-in hours are available at all locations. Compassionate Certification Centers, the first step to your medical marijuana card. Medical marijuana is legal in Pennsylvania for anxiety and anxiety disorders such as panic attacks, nervous tics, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. CCCregister.com or call 888-316-9084 and get your medical marijuana card today at Compassionate Certification Centers. That's 888-316-9085. Look for the flag or log on to CCCregister.com and pre-screen for medical marijuana. Call 888-316-9085 and get answers to your medical marijuana questions today.
What excites you about the future of Compassionate Certification Centers and this business as a whole?
See, this is why we do what we do. When we're sitting in here, they'll see that I'm getting emotional, right? And the reason being is that Compassionate Certification Center was named after a 1995 Compassionate Care Act in California that actually got this entire ball rolling. You know, I'll be honest with you, I never in a million years thought I'd be in medical cannabis. Never thought I'd be in cannabis. You know, I grew up here in Pittsburgh, and at one time at the Monroeville Mall, you know, I smoked a joint. And hey, it's out of, you can't get in trouble for that now, right? I'm not going to walk out of here and there's not going to be popo waiting for me. But, and honestly, it didn't agree with me. I didn't have the right reaction to it. And so I never used it, to be 100% honest. But then whenever we found a company, we started to look at how we wanted to plant our flag. And we wanted to do that through our World Medical Cannabis Conference and Expo, which I was lucky enough to come on board and to help facilitate that event that happened 2 years in a row down to David L. Lawrence Convention Center. And, you know, through that process, I was blessed enough to go around and to check out all these other conferences across the state. We've been invited to conferences across the country and across the world to go and to speak on behalf of medical marijuana and CBD now. But when I first started going, it was all new to me. I really had that Cheech and Chong persona. You know, I expected to walk in and to see a bunch of you know, quote unquote stoners, right? Like that's what I went to high school with, and that's what I thought they were. So for me to have been able to be exposed to the medical side of it and to bring all these people from across the country and around the world to Pittsburgh and to have the event go off the way it did and to see all the locals here in Pittsburgh, you know, coming in and looking for options, you know, it really got me. It was, I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't bought in until I saw all the kids and everything else. And you know, now here we are. You know, here we are. We saw our first patient on December 8th of 2017. I hope I said that right. But ever since, we've been just building and gaining momentum. And I'm watching as the persona changes. You know, I'm watching more and more guys like me who were walking around and were completely against medical cannabis. And now they're starting to see the medical benefits. And, you know, they're losing that chip on their shoulder. They're starting to let down their guard. And they're starting to say, hey, you know what, maybe this is right for me. And if not right for them, maybe for a family member who's struggling. So, you know, for me overall, I guess I'll just, I'll quit talking because, excuse me, there goes the emotional guy, right? It's not a party till someone starts crying, right? But at any rate, though, you know, for me, it's been the journey and it's been where we're going with it. And, you know, we have big aspirations here at Compassionate Certification Centers. You know, our business model can travel around other states. And, you know, me being a Pittsburgh boy at heart, I can't wait until we're in, you know, all 50 states and wherever else we may go. You know, who knows where this vehicle may take us. But ultimately, though, I'm very excited to be a part of it and very excited to be helping patients and to be able to say it all started right here in Pittsburgh in our own backyard. That really excites me. That puts a big smile on my face.
We're going to take a quick break here, but before we do, one more time, let's hear Compassionate Certification's number and website.
We can be found by phone at 1-888-316-9085. That's 888-316-9085. We can also be found on the web at www.cccregister.com.
Marijuana. Now's the time to get your medical marijuana card. Get started with the Compassionate Certification Centers at 888-316-9085 or online at CompassionateCertificationCenters.com to make an appointment. Credit cards are accepted. Call 888-316-9085 or go to CompassionateCertificationCenters.com.
Do you have a discount card at your favorite food store and get special savings? Compassionate Certification Centers is here to get you a medical marijuana card, because with medical card, prices are half what you pay elsewhere. Don't get stuck paying double for your medical or recreational marijuana. Recreational states charge double if you're not a medical patient. Be ahead of the game. Visit cccregister.com and in 3 easy steps get your card. cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085.
The leader in medical marijuana and the first step to your medical marijuana card is Compassionate Certification Centers. Don't know where to start? Visit cccregister.com. Get qualified quickly for a low fee and with no drug screening or referral needed. Tired of taking pills? Visit cccregister.com. Visit cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085 today. Walk-in hours available. Compassionate Certification Centers, the first step to your medical marijuana card.
OxyContin, Vicodin, Neurontin pills. Are you sick of chronic pain and all that goes with it? You are eligible for your medical marijuana card. How do you get your card without all the hassle? Go to Compassionate Certification Centers for your medical marijuana card or CBD. Visit cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085. Compassionate Certification Centers can help you get your medical marijuana card and connect you with certified doctors that can answer all your questions. Call 888-316-9085 or visit cccregister.com today.
Do you have a discount card at your favorite food store and get special savings? Compassionate Certification Centers is here to get you a medical marijuana card, because with medical card, prices are half what you pay elsewhere. Don't get stuck paying double for your medical or recreational marijuana. Recreational states charge double if you're not a medical patient. Be ahead of the game. Visit cccregister.com and in 3 easy steps get your card. cccregister.com or call 888-316-9085.
What is going on as far as recreational marijuana here in Pennsylvania?
All signs point to that it will go recreational, which is very exciting. Exactly when, I am not sure. But let me tell you the process of what happens when it does go recreational, okay? Because this is something, too, that's keeping a lot of folks from participating in the medical marijuana program. There's a lot of states out there that have both programs, medical marijuana and recreational marijuana. So let me kind of draw a timeline here for you. So once they actually do pass recreational, what'll then happen is they'll have to, some of the people that are already growing may be able to start growing immediately. It's normally a 3-month cycle to be able to grow and then to be able to have it hit shelves. Some of the people that already have the medical marijuana dispensing license may also get the recreational dispensing license. That I'm not sure of. We'll see. It all depends on how the Pennsylvania government decides to handle it. There is a process they went through for the medical program that proved to be fairly effective, and they may want to do the same process for the recreational. I'm honestly not sure on that. But bottom line, once everything does get approved and once we've identified who's going to grow it, who's going to sell it, there's at least a 3-month time span if they allow the current people in play that have everything in place to go ahead and do it. It would still be a 3-month time span before any kind of product is available. Now, if they decide to go a different direction and they want people to apply for a totally new license, and then it's going to take quite a while. There was about a 2-year window from the time they approved medical cannabis to the time that anything was sold, okay, because of the application process. So just because it may be going recreational, doesn't mean it's going to happen very quickly. Once they approve it, there's a process that has to go through that could take, honestly, it could take anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to a year. Okay, so that's step number 1. Now, even once it does go recreational, honestly, a lot of people are worried about the medical program. Nothing to worry about, folks. The medical program thrives in the states where there's a recreational program as well. And let me tell you a few reasons why. Number one, if you have a really major pain and you need something for anti-inflammatory before cannabis ever existed, you would probably go to your local pharmacy and buy something over the counter, right? You can buy like an ibuprofen or something along those lines. But if that didn't do the trick, then you had to go see your doctor. your doctor could then prescribe you something stronger. Well, in the medical cannabis world and along with the recreational world, the same types of things apply. If you don't have a medical card, then you only have access to certain strengths, certain levels of cannabis. If you do have your medical card, then you have access to the full range that's available to the medical patients here today. So when recreational cannabis does come on in a lot of states, then what happens is they offer something that's not quite as strong. It might not be the dosing that you're after or that you need in order for your ailment to be satisfied. So that's part two, is the actual dosing and the amount of cannabis. Step three that a lot of people don't understand is the pricing. Once you have your medical card and you have access to the medical cannabis, the cost on average is usually close to half the price for the same quantity.
So this would be right there, that last bit about raising prices would be the reason why you would probably instruct all of your patients or anybody who's considering a medical marijuana card, do not wait. Is that accurate?
100%. Jump on board now and absolutely do it. And, a lot of people don't want to do it because they're afraid, because they might lose their guns or they might lose their job. And my question to those folks are going to be, well, if you don't want your medical card because you're afraid of losing your guns or anything like that, then you're telling me that you're going to go when it's recreational and then you think it's going to be okay. Either way, you're going to be fine. Come in, get your medical card, have us help you understand the proper dosing so you can find the relief that the medical cannabis does in fact offer. Waiting for recreational is, a lot of people feel that that's the way to go. The reality is once it does go recreational and you do walk into a shop for your first time ever and you see the difference in price and the difference in the dosing, you're going to come and see us anyway. So come on in now.
I think the best way to kind of describe it is, when you go to the grocery store or something so many times, you have a perks card, right? You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your purchase. I kind of correlate it to something like that. Would that be accurate?
Sure, I can buy that. Yeah.
I think, like anything, if you're going to do it, you should do it now. It's wonderful to have somebody like Ken with us, obviously, to, kind of combat some of these questions or any obstacles or adversities that people may not understand. So I think that's really important while we do have you here today. With that being said, also, too, as we're talking about recreational and kind of waiting on the government, if you will, the differences in state versus federal medical marijuana regulations. I mean, any movement there? What's the latest in that department, if you will?
Well, federally, it's still a Schedule I drug. The nice thing about it on a federal level was that it is rapidly being decriminalized, and they are starting to look at a lot of these folks that are actually in jail doing very long sentences that are in there for marijuana distribution or anything like that. And they were looking at appeals and dropping those down. One of our lawyers that works for us, you probably know him. His name's Patrick Nightingale. Patrick, if you listen, you're welcome for the plug, buddy. You do a great job. Patrick's working here within the state for a lot of these folks now because he's able to look at a lot of it coming and getting a lesser charge added to it. So taking the charge that they may have originally got for possession or anything like that and getting it decreased, if not completely expunged. So on the federal level, from a legality standpoint, it still is a Schedule I drug, but it is going down. So most of the cannabis distribution that's taken place legally throughout the United States is still done on a state-by-state level. And honestly, there's a good reason for that. If we do go completely Schedule I, if we decriminalize it right now, then we need to know where to put it. So if it's not Schedule I, then what schedule is it? And the current administration is asking those questions, which is a good thing. We're excited to hear that. We want to know that we're moving in the right direction. But once we do that, there's a lot of extra stuff that comes with it. If it's no longer a Schedule I drug, well, now we got to worry about product coming in from outside our borders. And as far as the efficacy on that, we got to have a system in play to be able to test that immediately if we do start doing that.
Ken, we love having you here as always. So let's do a final thoughts here.
Absolutely. And thank you again, Jenna, for having us. I guess I'll leave you guys with this. Compassionate Certification Centers is and always will be a location you can come into, and it's going to have the patient's best needs at heart. That's really what we do. So again, Jenna, thank you so much for having us on. And my name, again, is Ken Schultz. I'm with Compassionate Certification Centers. We can be found by phone at 1-888-316-9085. That's 888-316-9085. We can also be found on the web at www.cccregister.com.